You might already be working in a different field and would like to switch jobs. Or you're a junior developer that is pretty much trying to figure out what you really like and what you hate about programming, right? Or you're a senior engineer maintaining some old legacy database or application and you want to spice things up a bit. In this video, we're going to check about the top 6 hot languages in 2022 so you can land your dream job. Let's get to it. So language number 1 is JavaScript, which is ranked number 1 in Stack Overflow for the past 2 years in their survey. It is mainly used in order to manage the interactivity in web pages, such as maps, beautiful animations, and more. We can use JavaScript in different fields in programming. Some of those fields are game development, web development, which is the most crucial one in my opinion. It's also mobile apps, a very well-known sector in nowadays. And then it's also building web servers as well, using Node.js mostly. All modern web browsers make use of JavaScript. There are countless communities, tutorials, and even blog posts that you can read about JavaScript nowadays. Coming up is number 2, Python. Python is one of the more easy to learn languages. It is used nowadays for programming by junior engineers or more experienced engineers as well. The data science is a field that really benefits from it and has a great variety of libraries such as automation, machine learning, APIs, and of course data science. We could use Python in multiple fields like we mentioned earlier, right? So data science is the hottest field of them all, with machine learning of course. And then we can also use it for app development or even backend development as well. There is also a well-known framework called Django that we might talk about it in a future video. I've used Python a lot in order to automate some of my daily routine, and we might see this in a future video if you really like it. Coming up in the 3rd place is HTML and CSS. I've placed those two together because some people say that HTML is not really a language. I'm not really sure if I agree or not. So HTML and CSS are the fundamentals of web development. You can pretty much build websites and structure every document that you need and then style it on the top, right? So HTML is being mostly used in order to create the structure of the page, and then you use the CSS on the top of that in order to style it using images, colors, font sizes, everything that you need. Especially the modern web development and the modern CSS and HTML, you can pretty much do anything with them, right? There are many free courses out there in order to learn HTML and CSS, and if you are into web development, I really suggest that you do so. Next up, in place number 4, is Java. So Java is the go-to language for object-oriented programming. It's fairly easy to learn and it has great security features. And this is why most of the finance system uses it, such as banking. It runs on any operating system, right? So you have one jar file that you can run on macOS, on Linux, on Windows, everywhere, or your mobile phone as well. Most of the fields that use it has to do about e-commerce or finance, like we already mentioned, or the banking system to be more exact. In place number 5, we have SQL or SQL or whatever you like to call it, which is pretty much stands for Structured Query Language. So most modern applications use some kind of database in order to persist the data, and SQL is pretty much the tool in order to communicate with them. There are other tools such as NoSQL databases that we might talk about them in a future video as well. And what you can pretty much do with it is create, edit, delete the data from the database. So SQL is fairly popular nowadays because it's been used for sales reports along with Python probably, just for data science. And you can also use it for business management as well. Final language on today for number 6 is Node.js. Node.js is a server-side runtime environment, and it has some similarities with Java, like threading and packaging and forming loops. It's very fast in terms of execution time, since it's built on top of Google Chrome's JavaScript engine. It's asynchronous, which means that the server does not really wait for the API to come back with the data. It's following a single-threaded model using event looping, and the event mechanism that Node.js has makes it high scalable. So Node.js, as we mentioned earlier with JavaScript as well, has a great community, which means that it makes it the perfect candidate for your backend system. So these were the 6 hottest programming languages for 2022, so you can land your dream job. So what is your favorite programming language? And what would the ideal job for you look like? Leave a comment down below, and please, if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.